If you had any changes to the pro wrestling scene today, what would they be?
I don't know, man. I don't know if you can really change, like if I'd really change anything. I just think that wherever you go, there's like I said, it's like watching TNA, WWE, or Ring of Honor. There's just a variety of everything. You see guys like in Dragon Gate, and those guys, you know, they can go forever. And then you get guys, you know, in some feds where it's really big guys. You know, it's more or less. I don't think I'd change much. It's more or less where you want to go and what you want to be associated with.
Who was your dream opponent?
Dream opponent. I already had a match with this guy named Kobe, which was pretty fun. And also Alpha Jr. You know, he was in the same match. That was, you know, something that that was two people that I actually, you know, wanted to work with. Hopefully, some more in the future. I don't know. There's so many that I really can't single out. Just, you know, just like a select few. It's kind of like you don't want to eat just like one piece of the cake. You want the whole cake.
Alright, if you made a movie that you would play in
Oh my gosh, who would play me in a movie? I think I don't even know anybody right now that would play me in a movie. I really actually, I do. The guy from 51st Dates. He was Nick. His name was Peanut Butter Cups, which is where I get my nickname. Or his name was Nick in the movie, but
he was
called
Adam
Sandler Peanut Butter Cups, which is the nickname that a lot of people gave me because they said I look like. Yeah, I think
the guy from, I don't know if you ever seen
Shallow Hell. He might be in there.
You see the real big Hawaiian guy?
Yeah, I believe so.
Play the guitar.
Or he might be. It's either him or there's another guy named Peter Navy Tsutsuki, and he was Manu Manu in Necessary Roughness. That would be. I think that would be a better fit, honestly, because he's a little. He's not as tall as you know. Wow, it's hard. It's a movie about my life, right? Yeah. Movie about my life. Living on borrowed time. Yeah, definitely. That's the story of my life.
Why would it be called that?
There's a lot of things in my life where I don't, you know, like I feel like I'm really lucky, you know, to be alive. Like I've lived in 1991. I lived through a volcano in the Philippines, and it's like, you know, there's a lot of my friends that aren't here today, you know, from Germany and you know all over the world. It's like I basically more or less, you know, I'm on borrowed time. Everybody's on borrowed time, but a little bit more so.
Do you wrestle for a living or
Actually, I do wrestling plans for Speech and Debate League. That's my full-time job.
What do you do? I'm sorry, can you speak a little bit?
Yo! Thank you. I do lesson plans for Speech and Debate League, and also I do marketing and advertising. So, lots of moments. I'll never forget watching, you know, Alpha and Sika, and then when they had Sloan number 3, which was Sika, you know, it was kind of like weird because everybody, like, you know, Hulk Hogan back in the day, and when they were like, you know, they announced, you know, from the Isle of Samoa, I was kind of like, I think my great-grandfather's from there, and it's like, you know, grandparents, my grandma, my great-grandma would be like, yeah, he was. So I'm like, they're just like me, you know. So it's kind of like, as a kid, you know, you don't know much about the world, but you just know when you see somebody that looks like you, and you know, the normal snooker, perfect, Miss Perfect, pretty much all the greats that came up in the 80s and 90s, you know. There's always something to learn or something to be entertained with by everybody, you know, back in that day. And now that I found like the 50s, 60s, and 70s wrestling, it's even better. You know, I get to look at guys. There's a couple guys in Hawaii. Farmer Boy Eagle, Leroy Brown. You know, there's a lot of Samoan wrestlers that the world doesn't even know of, or at least outside of, you know, Hawaii and further down the South Pacific, that like once I started getting DVDs, or actually VHS tapes that I started, like, wow, I want to do that. And, small guys in the WWE, even CV Afi, like, I would watch a match with him and rewind it like 5 or 6 times on VHS. So, there's a good variety of videos.
What other sports do you like? Who's your favorite teams?
This is going to sound really awful as a guy saying this, but outside of like wrestling right now, I really don't watch that much, sports outside of it. Baseball, when they had the lockout, I really just lost interest in it, even though I played baseball growing up. Pretty much most of my younger years up to 15. Basketball, they also had the lockout. I played half a season, lost interest. After I played football in college, and once I graduated, and I did the combines, for the NFL and everything, but it's just seeing how certain things were in the combine. I really lost interest in, how it's played. So one of my cousins played against me at Monmouth University in New Jersey, and we played against each other my senior year, his sophomore year. And basically, after football was over, I don't watch the NFL. I'll watch the Super Bowl or a game here and there, but I'm not like a fanatic in it anymore. So I really don't have a favorite team. One of my cousins he got drafted to Dallas, and he went from Dallas to, he went from Dallas to, Denver, and then he went to Carolina, and he tore his ACL, came back for spring training again, tore his ACL again, doesn't play anymore. So, I was the one that went to wrestling, and my cousin, he's now a lawyer. So.
And I have one more last question. How did you think of the name Nui Tofiga?
Perfect example. All right. Nui is actually a name my great-grandmother gave me. She was the one that basically was with the Samoan guy, and basically I had my grandmother. So Nui was a name that I got in 4th grade. I was 100 pounds, and that's pretty big for a 4th grader if you don't know. But 100 pounds, she used to call me Nui, and I was like, what does that mean? It means many, large, or wide. I was all for it. After pretty much, I started wrestling for a while, and I started using Nui. Most people call me Tsunami, and then it came Samoan Tsunami. And basically, Nui, I was kind of like, I still want to, I want to bring that name back, and my great-grandma passed in 03, so it's a tribute to her. Tofiga is actually Tofiga, not tofiga, Tofiga. It's kind of like toe and finger. Basically, Tofiga is one of my favorite comedians in the world. Like, most people, I love Cat Williams, don't get me wrong, but Tofiga Fekuliai is a comedian, and he's part of a duo, and they're called Laughing Samoans. And they're really big through New Zealand, Australia, and South Pacific, but that's why I just took his first name. Lately stole it. But, so I put it together, and it works, it's kind of like, he's a big guy too. He does a lot of characters on the show, but I just took something in my childhood, something, that really means a lot to me, and I just coupled it with, something that I really enjoy watching.
So this concludes the interview with Nui Tofiga. Stay tuned for more videos in 2012. Thank you.
What's up, bro?